On this week's episode of Marketing O'Clock,
we see shorts through a new lens.
Get a load of Google's new QR code.
lights, camera, shopping. You might see PMAX videos and some new Google Ads placements.
All on today's show.
Welcome, you are listening to Marketing O'Clock. Just stay tuned. Digital marketing news, but let's get specific. Digital ads, SEO and analytics, social media and more. Pretty much everything that'll make your website perform. With new shows every Monday. We give you the news with sass and puns and definitely hot takes. Thank you for tuning in. You know what time it is. It's officially Marketing O'Clock. Settle in, sit back, keep it locked.
Hi there, I'm Christine Zernheld.
AKA Shep.
I'm Julia Matier,
And I'm Jess Budd.
and it's officially Marketing O'Clock.
Here on June 9th, 2025. And it is a rare Ladies' Night edition.
Ladies' night. It's
Jess
like 10 a.m.
Wore lingerie. Just kidding.
It's a silk
She's wearing
top.
pink. No, it's so cute. I just can't believe it's pink.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like blush.
I feel like you've been wearing a lot of colors lately.
I've been trying to work it in. I feel like as long as there's still some black,
Yeah.
which my pants are,
It's
then
really going
it's
great.
acceptable. Thank you very much.
You're like a whole new person since becoming a girl mom.
It's kind of a thing. I'm letting it happen.
Aw.
And I have to go to a Peaky Blinders bachelorette party, so we need to get through this.
Julia's just like, normal Friday.
No, literally.
So yeah, Greg's not here, but he's here in spirit because Tables Behind the Tables is wearing the Greg Finn band t-shirt that we made
We have to get a picture of
for
Tate's
Hero
in that.
Comp. Yeah, I just can't believe. Like mine is collecting dust in a jar,
Yeah,
but
same.
Tables is representing. And Greg would be so disappointed if we didn't take the time to talk about AdsVisor today before we got into the show.
AdsVisor.
Unless you are living under a rock, you should know by now that AdsVisor is the connector tool that helps you talk to your marketing data intuitively in destinations like GPT, Google Sheets, Looker Studio, and Claude. Ever heard of her? We'll get to more of that later. And the best part is that all of these destinations are supported in the plan for as low as $34.99 a month. You can connect 4 data sources with no limits on accounts or queries you can run. This tool is a game changer for busy marketers. Seriously, stop spending time building reports on your own and check out AdsVisor. It will save your life. It has saved ours. You can analyze, interact with, and even chat with your marketing data from Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Google Analytics, and more. AdsVisor makes reporting easy and insightful so you can get back to optimizing your campaigns and driving performance. Not ready to commit? There's no reason not to, because you can try out for 14 days for 99 cents. There is nothing in this world that's less than $1 these days, except for AdsVisor.
AdsVisor.
There's nothing to lose but your past self. Head over to adsvisor.com to check it out. That is ADZVISER.com. Thank you, AdsVisor.
First up in the main news this week, Anthony Higman spotted, thank you, that there's now the option to turn your final URL into a...
Please, don't cut.
I'm so glad you did.
Anyway, you can turn your final URL into a QR code for YouTube ads. So like if your ad's showing on a TV screen, you can have it be a QR code and then people can scan it and go to your site. It's a really good update.
So clever.
So smart.
Mm-hmm.
We have been burned by QR codes in the past.
Oh, yeah.
So I just hope that,
They work.
is it Bitly? I hope it works forever.
Yeah, the working
Yeah.
forever is stop. Yeah, never mind.
It's also cool when people turn QR codes into art. Have you ever seen that?
I have like little
No.
pictures and
Yeah.
instead of just the pixels. They
Oh,
make
yeah.
something
They
out
like
of
put
it.
their logo or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or even
that's
just
cute.
branded colors or
Yeah.
just gradient.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work on my TV probably because I'm
Probably
talking-
be.
we moved and they were hanging the TV. Obviously, I wasn't involved. And they like dropped it or something and there's these lines through it. But I barely even notice it anymore.
Wow.
Until you need to scan something.
Yeah.
I
Until
never-
you need to scan your
I
code.
know. I only notice it when we're watching like cooking shows and it'll be like a cake that's buttercream will turn like green.
Ew.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, that's just my life now.
Are they going to reimburse you for that damage?
It was my husband.
Never
I
mind.
don't think he's going to reimburse me.
Something you may actually notice, Shop, because it's kind of cool. Google Lens is coming to YouTube Shorts. Google announced the rollout late last week, saying that in the coming weeks, you'll be able to use Lens to search what you see while watching shorts. I kind of just said that. For example, if you're watching a short filmed in a location that you want to visit, you can select a landmark to identify it and learn more about the destination's culture and history, which is like a fine example. But if you're watching a video about a destination, you
Right.
probably know what it is. So whatever.
Not if it comes up like in your feed.
I guess.
Like it happened to me yesterday on TikTok. Actually, there was some like lake town. And I was like, "Where in the world is this?"
Was it not like
and
the
they weren't like,
caption?
I'm in Lake Town.
It was just
Yeah.
like the name of the town, but I was like, "Where in the world?"
Gotcha.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you could Google it, or you could pause your short, circle the thing you're interested in, and then an overlay will pop up over the video with search results that match the image query. So that's cool and helpful. The other example that they gave is a little dash hound in goggles. But I feel like if you're curious about that and you want to know more, this person's probably interested in the goggles, and then Google's
Yeah.
just like dash hound,
Yeah.
Bohemian spotted
Is it
dog.
dash hound or isn't it pronounced wiener dog?
Absolutely. So you could search for the wiener or his glasses. I don't know. The thing is still in beta, so it needs some improvements. It's still rolling out. You may not see it yet. Also, FYI, there are no ads for now. Google said that during the beta phase of Lens in Shorts, you won't see ads shown in the search results, and also that the Lens experience is not available for Shorts within YouTube shopping affiliate, for Shorts with YouTube shopping affiliate links or with paid
It's
product
not available
promotions.
for that.
Correct.
Oh, well, they need to do that.
For now.
Okay.
This is while it's in beta. So I think once they're, they've worked out all the kinks and things like that, then I'm sure ads will come, because who doesn't want to make money? I know Google's on that list. What else is happening, Shep?
Speaking of video, Anu has a new article on Search Engine Land about how PMAX campaigns are now showing videos in places where we used to not see videos. So I said this 3 weeks in a row now, but at the end of Google Marketing Live, the guy was like, "Oh, and remember when we said that videos are coming to search?" And I was like, "Dude, you didn't say that."
Yeah.
Now we finally have like an article about it.
They're saying it now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these new video ads are part of Performance Max campaigns, and they allow brands to include high quality video assets that appear in Google Search, Google Image Search, Google Shopping, and Discover feed. So this is only available in the US and Canada right now, and the ads are designed for users in early stages of the buyer's journey, showing up in more browsy placements to encourage product discovery. These are like so TikTok-y and Gen Z, the like animated videos. Like, what is this guy doing? But there were examples in Google Shopping that made a lot of sense. That was like a brand video showing off the brand. So I think there's some cool potential here, but we'll have to see how it looks.
I like the word browsy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very whimsical. And now for this week's
Cool tool.
As a reminder, our Cool Tool segment is not an official endorsement or paid mention. We're simply sharing something we found in our travels that may be of use to our listeners and is really, really cool.
This week's cool tool is Reddit Pro Trends, and it's a tool that allows people to discover what people are saying about basically any topic. So you can now track keywords and phrases to discover the Reddit community's conversations and trends. It's a great tool to help you build your organic Reddit strategy, and we'll have the link in our newsletter and in Discord, so check it out.
cease and desist. That's usually my segment. Now it's time for this week's Take of the Week. This is a #fire digital marketing take with extra spice served up for you. We simply deliver the take for your consumption. We give no opinions. We don't influence. You make the call. This week's Take of the Week comes from the one and only Christine Zernheld. Ever heard of her?
I'm embarrassed.
Why?
There were no other nominees. Nobody had takes this week.
You nominated yourself? I thought Julia did.
I did.
This situation actually brought me to tears, and I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
I know.
I had tears in my eyes.
I'm very sorry for you. I don't like tears, but I'm going to read this anyway so we can cry with you.
Okay.
So this is a post on LinkedIn from our one and only. It says, automatically created assets and Google ads are tacky and I hate them, especially, going a little Higman there, site links. where Google Ads can just decide to send traffic that you are paying for to any page on your site that it wants to. We inherited an account that had these turned on and sent people to pages that were redirected improperly, and conversion tracking was compromised. I have seen other accounts with lead generation goals that were sending people to the careers page. These are not auto-applied recommendations and are almost impossible to find. Google Ads has been doing so much better lately. I beg you, Ginny Marvin, please get rid of this feature or make the setting easier to find for advertisers. Sobbing emoji. End rant. Here's a video for how to turn them off. Please be kind about my hair. I was postpartum and my decision making was impacted. First of all, you are such a badass working mama. There's never
cut my
shame
hair,
for
though.
postpartum hair.
Thank you.
No, you are fine. And you're helping the people. Not only did you provide a rant that was entertaining, but you provided a solution.
Thank
and we
you.
just love you for it.
I just cannot believe how hard they make it to find.
Insane.
I can.
It's so bad.
You have to press the 3 little dots twice. I think I found it, and then I realized I didn't.
Yeah.
The math on that is 6 little dots. That's a lot of dots.
That's a lot of dots.
Nobody has time for
So
that.
small.
Now it's time for this week's
Pew, pew.
lightning round. At this point in the show, we split up our content into 3 parts: paid, organic, and social.
Advisor, advisor.
And before we get into the lightning round, we are going to talk one more time about AdsVisor and its newest destination, Claude. So recently, Claude.ai made a major update. Pro users can now integrate remote MCP. Previously, this was a feature only available to users on the much more expensive Max plan. This significantly lowers the entry barrier for marketers who prefer Claude over ChatGPT, which makes AdsVisor more accessible in Claude than ever. And a note from Gu himself: with the launch of Sonnet 4, Claude's capabilities in dashboarding and data analysis are better than ChatGPT. If you love ChatGPT, you can still use it. He is just saying Claude is wonderful, and Claude is in AdsVisor. Even better, AdsVisor's integration is secure by design. Unlike solutions from some competitors, we will not name names, AdsVisor never exposes raw meta ads or Google Ads API tokens to LLMs. And instead, it uses OAuth, the industry standard authorization protocol for MCP, which enables seamless use across platforms, including Claude AI, not just Claude Desktop. There's no need to install packages or run code either. AdsVisor is OS agnostic, fully cloud-based, and ready to use, built for marketers, not developers, which is great because we are marketers and we just need a tool that can do these things for us and to trust it, which you can. So what are you waiting for? Go to adsvisor.com. That is ADZVISER.com and check it out. Please, it will save your life. Thank you, AdsVisor.
First up in the paid universe this week, Microsoft Advertising has a new ads liaison, and it is Miss Nava Hopkins.
Woo!
Here at
Congrats.
Ladies Night, we love a girl boss.
That we do.
Congrats, Nava. You will be hearing from me.
Seriously. You just made at least 3 new friends.
An ads liaison is the worst. Well, I'm sure she's going to do it beautifully, but I'm sorry you will be hearing from me.
Yeah.
Love Microsoft, but it's an ad platform, so we're going to be really good friends. Next up here, Tales from PPC Reddit. This one is from user, I don't know. And it's called Google Ads Rep Made Changes Without Approval. Question mark. A Google Ads rep called my client, who has read-only access, and later emailed asking for blanket approval to make changes. Bolded, client never replied to the email and always told the rep to speak with me directly. Now I see broad match keywords added, but nothing shows in change history. Auto apply is off. No users made changes. Nothing in recommendations or history. Looks like the rep used internal tools to make changes that bypass logs. Anyone else dealt with this? Update: after further research, I can see that the ads have been changed as well. New headlines were added, and the ad strength had changed from poor to excellent.
Psychotic.
I know I'm in Greg's chair, and so I should get really fired up, but I'm just not as good at ranting as he is. But that's criminal.
Terrible.
Yeah.
For the changes not to be, it's bad enough you went in and did it.
But for them
Yeah.
to just not be there.
See that?
Yeah.
That's insanity.
Put it in
Yeah.
change history.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. And people were replying this happened to me too.
Come
so
on.
sneaky.
Wrong.
Switch
I won't
to
stand
Microsoft,
for
call
it.
Nava.
I
I'm
know.
gonna call the police.
Sorry, Jenny.
This is Google.
That's what I'm saying. Switch
Oh.
to Microsoft. No, I don't. Like, do what you're going to do.
Jenny
This is
would
crazy,
never
though.
stand for this. Yeah.
She wouldn't. I hope she hears this and
She
does
will.
something about it.
Also respond to my post on LinkedIn, Jenny. Next up, Anthony Higman says positive LSA post.
What?
Wow.
Yep, and he's using title case again. It does seem that recently Google has been working on making sure that advertisers are not showing up in the subcategories that they intentionally turn off. This is a new and welcome change, and I think it makes LSAs work better for all involved. And Greg didn't understand this. It's a great post from Higman.
Oh, we said make this sentence.
Yeah, he said make the sentence case.
He's asking Grok, to make
I thought
Anthony's
he said make it a
tweet readable.
sentence. That's so good. I thought he was like, I can't read this sentence at all. He said make this sentence case.
Did
That
it
is
change the
good.
sentence? I didn't read Grok's response.
I don't think so.
No, it didn't, but it got rid
he
of some
took out-
spacing.
he took
so
out
I was
does.
confused.
Wow.
That is so hilarious. Great
it-
job, Greg. Making an appearance without even being here. Meta announced updated value optimization features that will enable advertisers to prioritize conversions that yield higher returns. So this was like a really long article that like didn't really say, like it like didn't cut to the chase. So I asked AI to read it for me.
Brilliant.
And
What
it
did
says
say?
there's going to be options to optimize based on purchase value, profit margins, or specific events like first-time purchases or subscriptions. It talks about incremental attribution, which we've already covered, and conversion value rule expansion, where you can assign higher values to certain customer segments, such as age group or demographics that typically have higher LTV. Then they also said they're enhancing capabilities with third-party analytics platforms to incorporate insights from Adobe, Northbeam, Rockerbox, Triple Whale, and other campaign optimization strategies. I will wait to hear from Brom if these things actually are good, but he did said great new meta ad feature that is currently rolling out. The ROAS goal optimization is for any custom event. It no longer requires a purchase event. So you could do like Google Ads wants you to do that, where you like assign values to your life cycle stages, and now you could do that in Meta, I guess.
Nice to have that option.
Brom also says that there is yet another AI creative option where you can crop and expand, and it's enabled by default. Surprise, surprise.
Sick.
Crop and expand?
Mm-hmm. Starting July 2025, Brom says you can no longer use product categories to promote product types, brands, or thematic images from your catalog. Your ad will use them in the carousel format. And this one seems cool. He says when you're writing your ad copy for Meta, you can now enable the option to tailor variations to personas. So it's like not your targeting. They like identify different personas within your targeting and will tailor the variations for them. I thought that's just like what Advantage Plus was.
Yeah, I thought they've been doing that, but
Yeah, but it's interesting because they tell you what the personas are
Yeah.
and then let you, which,
yeah.
assuming that that's who fits in your audience, you can get insights from that too and apply them elsewhere.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that. It's sneaky.
And I guess they're like making recommendations for AI generated copy when you're doing it, but you could also override it and write your own. So
Thank goodness.
seems cool. Oh, but none of that matters because apparently Meta is aiming to allow to fully create and target advertisements with its AI tools by the end of next year. The Wall Street Journal reported on Monday, citing someone familiar with the matter. Do you think it's Priscilla or Benson Boone?
Priscilla. Probably Priscilla. She's so fed up.
This is why I'm sitting over here. I have no idea what you two
His
are
wife
talking
is
about.
Priscilla,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whose wife?
Mark Z.
Mark Zuckerberg's wife. You weren't on the
Oh.
show the week that
He performed.
Yeah, at her birthday party, he dressed up as Benson Boone in like an Elvis Presley tight costume and sang, I wish you were here. You would have died.
I wouldn't have understood because I didn't know who Benson Boone was until you mentioned him like a month ago and I had to Google it.
Priscilla was turning 40. It's a black tie event. And her husband, Mark Zuckerberg, as a gift to her, puts on like a tight outfit with deep V,
Did he look good?
sparkly.
Oh,
He could look
didn't.
worse.
Yeah.
And goes on stage and performs a song by her favorite artist.
But dressed as a different artist.
Dressed
aka
as the
Elvis.
artist. No, Benson Boone kind of cosplays as. He's like the new Elvis.
What? I love Elvis. So now I need to check this
He
man
does
out.
backflips. You would like him.
I will
Yeah.
check him out.
It's pretty good.
Interesting.
Or you could just watch Mark's cover.
Yeah.
think
That's
I
like
think I
pretty
need to
close
do
to
both.
the
Yeah.
But that's it for paid. And Greg's here, so we're going to make Jess do the organic section.
You mean Greg's not here?
Oh, sorry.
If Greg was here, I would not be doing organic. But I am. So we have first up a letter from Nate Hake. Google is using AI to censor thousands of independent websites like mine and to control the flow of information online. Not my site, Nate's site. Nate is the founder of the travel site Travel Lemming, and he says that for years, the algorithm has been stifling independent sites. And between the updates in late 2023 and early 2024, he lost over 95% of Google organic traffic that was coming to his site. He claims that he and a bunch of other publishers were flown out to Google headquarters for a tour and an apology about what was happening. The apology was for not being given the same appeal and recovery process as larger sites that this was happening to, but nothing has really changed, and in fact, apparently has gotten worse. He says, Google isn't satisfied with its monopoly on the questions we search. Google wants to use AI to monopolize the very answers themselves. He also says that Google envisions a future where Google does the Googling for you. Its AI ads do the answering. He said, it's AI and ads do the answering, and users never need to leave Google. Google will just source information from a handful of sources, redundant, and partner websites that it controls and selects, effectively creating an information cartel.
Wow.
These are very strong words, and despite me stumbling through that, he's a very good writer. So it's sad that his site is failing because it gives real travel information and helpful tips to people, and clearly beautifully written. He then follows up with a history of Google changes and communications, an in-depth summary of what happened to his site. He talks about the Reddit situation, changes and guidance for publishers, and so much more. It's a long letter. He's obviously very angry too, so take it with a grain of salt. But with AI mode being the future of search, these are likely very real concerns. Whether you're impacted a little or a lot, there is going to be impact. So if you're in the organic space, definitely give it a read. And I'm very sorry, Nate, because we're with you. AI is useful, but we talked about it last week. It's really only as great as the content that is on the web. And if people stop making content, then we're screwed. It's an infinite loop of AI and we're in trouble. So Nate, thank you for telling us how you feel and sharing your story. And I hope that things change for you and for everyone else. From Patrick Stocks, aka Mr. Technical SEO. That's from his Twitter bio or X bio. He tweeted, I was testing stuff in Google AI mode and couldn't get my site to show. Turns out it's from a no snippet I added, which at the time only made it so a meta description didn't show. So it sounds like he added that before AI mode was a thing. And then he followed up to say, apparently I need to spell this out more. You can opt out of AI mode and AI overviews with this while still ranking in Google. But for Google, you'll lose your meta description, but you can still rank. Then he said, I have no idea how this would look in Google News or Discover. So just, I guess.
That's a big update, I think.
I think so. Little technical, but he is Mr. Technical SEO. And Aleda Solis has some stats on AI mode usage. She got these from SimilarWeb. Apparently, AI mode has gone from a 0.84% of desktop users on May 20th to 1.25 on May 31st. That's like 11 days. So it's still a small amount as far as adoption goes, but it's a huge jump in a short period of time. So just something to consider. More and more people are starting to use AI mode. Obviously, it's more widely available than it used to be, but still, folks be using it. From Barry Schwartz for Search Engine Roundtable, I think we should have a Clocksker for the best article title because I'd like to nominate this one.
Yeah, that's
right. This is The Great Decoupling of Google Search. Clicks versus impressions. It's very dramatic, but to give credit where that's due, that great decoupling originally came from Darwin Santos on Twitter, and Barry used it for the article, but it's a great title nonetheless.
What did Gwyneth Paltrow say? Conscious uncoupling? I thought you would know about that.
I don't know about that. All I know is Apple.
Yeah, when she and Chris Martin got divorced,
it was conscious.
She coined the term, we're not breaking up, we're consciously uncoupling.
Wow.
I like that.
I love that. I've actually never broken up with anyone.
So that sounds like an intentional move to separate, whereas this is like the opposite.
Okay.
Gwyneth Paltrow is rolling over in
unconscious uncoupling.
Decoupling. With the rise of AI overviews, this should not be a surprise to anyone, by the way. Folks all over the web are reporting seeing a decrease in clicks while impressions either stay the same or actually grow. This makes sense. There's more ways to show up in the SERPs, and some of which are in a format that just provides an answer without a click. So, of course, your clicks are going to go down and your impressions are possibly increasing. But obviously, people are not happy about this. Larry Engel posted, thanks, Google, for AI overviews. Really loving the impact of integrating AI in your search results. And then he shares a screenshot of Search Console. And anyone that's used Search Console, unless there is an actual problem or a major change going on, you usually see your clicks and your impressions follow a similar trend line. This screenshot from Larry and a couple other screenshots that other folks shared with the same thing. It's like following a line until all of a sudden it becomes like a snake's tongue, and it's just going in completely different ways, and impressions are going up and clicks are going down. Big change? Problem? Probably both. Just keep an eye out. If you're seeing this, you're not alone. I don't really know what we can do about it. Also from Barry, the data visualizations and graphs for finance queries that Google teased at I.O. are now here. They're interactive charts that are meant to help bring financial data to life for questions on stonks and mutual funds. I won't be using that because I have a shop for that. There is a new report from SEMrush's Datos and SparkToro. It's a collaboration. It is the State of Search Q1 2025 behaviors, trends, and clicks across the US and Europe. It covers things like shift in search intent, regional differences in content discovery, AI-powered search, and of course, zero-click results. You can't say SparkToro without saying zero-click, and more. You could check it out if you feel like giving them your name, company, email address, and phone number, because those are all required. And I didn't download this because I don't want them to call me, but I'm sure it's insightful. Apple is considering a partnership with Perplexity, making it the default search engine instead of Google.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, do you like that?
I want the Apple search engine.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It'd be really good for CPC prices.
Yeah.
Maybe Perplexity will be the
Yeah.
Apple search engine.
Maybe they.
I like Perplexity.
Yeah, I know. I thought you'd be excited.
I feel like, yeah, you're the only person I know that
I also
says
don't
the
use
word.
Safari.
Oh, fair.
don't?
Yeah, I
I
use
use the
Chrome.
Chrome app.
You're an iPhone lady, though?
Yeah, I use the Chrome app.
Interesting.
Couldn't be me.
Why?
I just think Safari is like for losers.
Wow, thanks.
Wow. You want to sit over here with me?
Yeah, I do. Can you switch?
I don't know.
I kind of feel that it feels old, but like
Yeah.
It
it's
does,
right there,
but
and I'm
it's
just going to use it
default.
anyway.
Yeah.
And Chrome just like really annoys me on my phone. Besides the point, but like,
Well, who knows if it's going to happen? It's a consideration. Lily Ray was trying to find information. She was Googling it, and she couldn't find any good sources on this story, which is kind of curious. She said that the only news and top stories she's finding in Google about it were from AI slop spam sites and Yahoo. But the big thing here is if this really does happen, according to Lily, Google receives about half of its mobile traffic from iOS. So this could have a really big impact if the switch is made to Perplexity. So something to watch. And finally, another update from Lily. It is, in fact, 2025, people. I don't know if you knew this. That AI overview that we talked about last week, where Google said it was 2024, according to a calendar and some news articles, after 15 hours, it was corrected.
Thank God.
So
wow.
thank goodness that we can put that mystery to rest. I'm sure we were all questioning everything. And that's it for organic. What's going on in social, Julia?
First up for social, no surprise, but Meta is heavily relying on AI. But this time it's to make decisions about user experience elements. So according to Mark, they're using AI for more internal development and management, including coding, ad targeting, risk assessment, and more. And soon they might use AI for all of its risk assessments across Facebook and Instagram. So
When you say Mark, do you mean Priscilla's husband?
yes. Benson Boone impersonator. Next up, Instagram creators with over 100,000 followers now have new comment filters where they can sort by top comments, so like the ones with most engagement, most recent, or follower count, so based on the follower count of who commented. And then they can also sort their comments by only people they follow, verified users only, or subscribers only.
I feel like right now it's like whoever's the most famous person.
See, I kind of feel like that, but I feel like it mixes in sometimes.
Yeah.
I always want to sort by like who verified commented on this person's post.
I feel like this is like a TikTok thing though, because like just reading the comments on a TikTok post is so fun when it's random people with hilarious responses.
That's true.
So maybe they're trying to be like that.
New edits, updates. They're now testing an in-app teleprompter feature that makes it easier and more natural to record if you have a script.
Oh,
That's smart.
We would know
Right?
something about that.
That's
Yeah.
smart. So it's going to be on the screen.
Yeah, and you can just like read and look at your phone and not have to be weird. Next, there's a new chat messaging rolling out this week to all paying X users. It's called X Chat.
No way. They should call it checks.
Wow.
I love the social round. It's always hard-hitting news.
Oh, yeah, it's great. And then last for social, LinkedIn's adding more video ad options. So the first one, which I feel like we've heard about this before, but it's the first impression ads, which are a full screen vertical video format for single day campaigns that ensure your ad is the first ad that a target member sees on a given day. So the first time they open, you just show up. They're also adding new capabilities to their CTV Select, which allows more opportunity to display your ads on a single publisher's streaming portfolio.
I had no idea.
This kind
Wow.
of feels like a crime. Like, what if
LinkedIn
they
TV
don't?
ads.
Yeah. Like, what if they don't want to be associated with that brand?
Who?
There's like, I don't know. I just think it's weird that you can just like attach yourself to like a person like that. Like, say you're Jess Bud.
Yeah.
And I'm Vans. And like, I only want to show on Jess Bud. You know what I mean?
On her profile?
Yeah. You can say, I only want to show.
It's like showing on like a
this
specific
streaming.
channel, but
Yeah.
like a specific person or like, right?
Yeah. So what you're saying is, what if Jess Bud didn't want to be associated
Right.
with Vans, which is not true. Call me.
Yeah.
I'm wearing your shoes forever, as has Julia.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good point because it kind of, if that's, well, you would know that that's the only place your ads are shown, but
But
other
they
people
wouldn't.
probably
Yeah.
wouldn't. I don't know.
I just think it's weird.
It's
I
an
also,
odd choice.
I mean, it's a good idea.
But it's on connected TV?
Also that. Since when does LinkedIn do connected TV?
I think they do it, but no one actually does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. As advertisers and reporters, we should know this, but we don't.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing like a marketing ad when I'm at home.
I'll tell you what,
on
this
CTV.
company uses Mountain because I saw a TV ad for Mountain
Yeah.
Mm.
and I brought it up. I'm sure we would have come up with it anyway. I'm not saying it was like my greatest idea ever, but like I literally was targeted as a marketer
Yeah.
probably through
Mhm.
Mountain for a Mountain ad. And as much as I hate Ryan
Yeah, I
Reynolds,
see
he
it
got
too.
me.
I was just
He
going to
got
say
me.
Ryan
You
Reynolds.
hate him?
I hate him.
That's fair.
I used to love him, but now I'm just like, you try too hard, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Get over yourself.
I see that.
Plus, he's everywhere, and I'm sure he's not like that in real life. And
You
if he
don't
is, he's
need
fake.
like an ad platform and a cell phone company.
Right. And Blake Lively.
Yeah.
You don't.
Like, pick one.
well,
Let
and
us have the
Canadian.
rest.
That's all for social and celebrity gossip.
And that brings us to our real life segment, straight out of our accounts and into your ear holes. It's time for Working Hard or Hardly Working, where we talk about what's going on in our IRL work, good, bad, or otherwise.
Working hard for me this week is our designer Lane. It is just so much to, like, we have a client running out a big new campaign and he has had to make so many ads in so many different sizes with so much copy, and it's highly regulated, and he has had to make so many changes, and he's a new father, and he's just the nicest guy in the world, and it's just wonderful to work with someone like him. Thank you, Lane.
Wow, that was
So
beautiful.
sweet.
And true, by the way. Yeah.
Mine's such a switch up from that.
Hit us.
So hardly working for me this week is Instagram geotags. We had a client who was concerned because when they searched one of their locations on Instagram, and you tap the places, there's like a little picture that comes up. It was a picture of a urinal.
Oh, no.
And they were like, how do we, yeah.
That pissed them off.
And so they were like concerned on how to change it and whatever. And like the image is coming from a post by, it was like American Journal. It's so their whole page is just them taking pictures of them and tagging the location where they're at.
Oh my
So
God.
happy
Yeah.
right now.
One of my favorite TikTok accounts is Disney IBS.
Oh my
He goes around all the parks and talks about the different bathrooms. It's so good.
American Journal is creative. That is just like.
Okay, so the urinal. There's no way to change it. So the picture just like, that's what Instagram chose as their image for that location, and you cannot change it. So yeah, it's really great.
These are the things we could use AI for.
Right. Yeah.
And nobody will help.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So
I
Wow.
can't believe you waited so long to chat.
I'm glad
so
you
happy.
did. This is fresh news live is amazing. I don't know how I can follow that. So, we get RFPs, right? And we need to submit a proposal and we need to answer questions. And sometimes I don't even know how to talk about this.
Journal. Did you not think it was that funny?
no, I did, but no one else
I
seemed to.
cannot believe I immediately got a DM.
I'll show you right after this.
So RFPs. RFPs!
Great job.
Thank you. I found the pun. Okay, so we get RFPs and they come in. They have, requirements you need to address, questions you want answered, and sometimes they just want you to send them a proposal. So I'm just going to get through this while they Google. So I just,
Okay, I got it.
I just feel like clearly live interactions add personality to things. So I've been doing this thing where even if there's not a presentation requirement for the RFP, I am making my team do extra work and put together a presentation and dig into things and show up with me and present. And I really do feel like, A, the team is working really hard and I appreciate it. But I think that element works really hard because you can make that human connection, which we've talked about on the show before. Really show your stuff. It turns into a conversation, and then you're not just like a resume or a proposal on a desk. You have interaction with people, and I just can't do anymore. This is a good thing, I promise. I can't sell it right now because I'm thinking about journal.
So good.
It's okay. Anyway, talk to people.
Now it's time for this week's ICYMI.
ICYMI, people.
This is something you just might not have seen. Maybe something that you overlooked, but you shouldn't have.
ICYMI, people. PPC Greg kind of found something and then didn't. When filtering your search terms, try to use the top filters as much as you can, as they allow you to see metrics for other search terms. If you apply filters on the lower level, those metrics disappear. Then a couple days later, he said, I think I lied here, actually. So, he's such a nice guy. Adding the campaign name filter does not actually filter the other search terms just to that filter. It holds to whatever level you're on. The only way to see a campaign spend on other search terms is to go into that campaign directly. And I just think a lot of people don't think to look at the data for other search terms. So I'm glad PPC Greg is. And I think this is a good reminder that don't forget about those other search terms, you know?
Now it's time for our must-read marketing article of the week. An article so advanced, so in-depth, so detailed that we simply cannot cover it in its entirety on today's show.
This week's must-read marketing article of the week comes from Chris Cabanis for Search Engine Land. It is Meta Ads for Lead Gen, What You Need to Know. And in it, Chris helps you understand lead generation with meta ads, like what are your options and considerations for conversion types. He highlights the ad formats that are best to use for high quality leads, shows you how to improve lead quality for what comes in, breaks down the audience types available and when to use them, when to use top versus bottom funnel campaigns, and how to build a scalable lead generation system within meta ads, noting that if done right, it can outperform some other channels like even Google ads. Absolutely love that someone is diving in like this, especially because I think a lot of lead gen folks see Meta as a remarketing tool for sure, but often overlook it in a lot of industries for prospecting, but it can work if you do it right. So it's a must read for everyone in lead gen, whether you're just getting started in Meta and don't know what to do, or if you have had campaigns running forever and just looking for new ideas. This is really for everyone. So thank you, Chris.
And now onto our playlist of curated songs to work to. You can head over to playlist.marketingoclock.com to listen to Marketing a Playlist. Julia, what will you be adding this week?
I'm adding Man Child by Sabrina Carpenter.
New song. I didn't think about this until now. I'm going to go with Last Kiss by Taylor Swift. It's another, I think, the original version.
Ooh.
It's a little more raw.
Yeah.
Jess?
I'm going with Cleopatra by the Nova Twins because it's ladies' night and we all chose female artists.
Nice.
All right, that does it for today's show.
It is now officially not Marketing O'Clock.
Thanks for listening.
We miss you already.
And we can't wait to see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Marketing O'Clock. If you're looking for more information on today's topics, head over to marketingoclock.com/newsletter to receive every single article we covered. We share the news as it breaks in our Discord community. Head over to community.marketingoclock.com to join.